Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I hope you guys are all well and the best of Iman. It's your brother Marwan Duwaibi and Ayyub Al-Ishi, the co-founders of Rizq Rise. A lot of you guys have been asking us, you want to learn more about sales, you want that free game, you want some advice. And look, we're not going to hold back today. We're going to go through some questions that some of our team members have asked to bring forward. But we're going to pretty much uncover the reality of the industry in sales and high-ticket sales specifically, right? So Ayub, are we going to hold back or are we going to give them sauce?
Inshallah, we're going to give him as much as we can, bidnillah.
Bismillah. All right, cool. So Ayub, bro, how big is this industry? Like, you know what, let me change that. Is this industry one of those things like Airbnb when it first started, it was the noise, crypto, Forex, drop shipping, like these all created noise and then it fizzled a little bit, right? Where is this space and where's it going? Like, what's the story?
I mean, if you really think about it, sales in general has been there since the dawn of time. You sell in whatever industry that you're in, you're always selling, you're always closing. Either like it, you're always selling in whatever aspects you're doing. But if we're going to be talking specifically about high-ticket sales and remote closing and the educational space, as you know, is growing boomingly. Everybody's now getting courses from home, everybody's getting education from home, and everybody's now shifting from the mindset of like, I need to go to college, and everybody's trying to buy courses online. So at the moment, currently speaking, in the online education industry, it's currently worth over just about 218, 220 billion. And it's projected... Billion with a B, right? And it's actually projected to go to $500 billion by 2030, which is crazy.
That's like 6 years, that's like 5 years, man. So here's the thing, a lot of people might be thinking like, I don't know if it's for me, I don't have the confidence, can I do it? All these questions come up when people are learning something new. And I've seen 100 times before, I'm sure you did as well.
Yeah.
Who is this industry for, man?
I mean, listen, it's for anybody, to be honest. Anybody that wants to make money remote, if you have a drive and a passion to build yourself as a man, as a communicator, as somebody that wants to provide and do better and build up your confidence, is definitely for you. Now, this is not an easy journey whatsoever. I'm not going to paint it as an easy money, quick money scheme, so to speak. Forex, crypto, all these different industries that come and shine and then go away, so to speak. It's an industry that you can learn a skill set that can feed you for a lifetime. Because think about it. You go to a car lot, all right? You've been sold something. You go to a supermarket, you've been sold something. You go any industry possible. Every business thrives through sales. So either like it, you're going to be always needed in whatever industry that you go to, especially with the skill set of sales.
100%. Something to speak about as well is, and this is why I love this industry so much, man. It's like this industry is based on performance.
Yeah.
Performance. They don't care about your college degree. They don't care about where you come from. They don't care about what you've been through. If you can step into the sales industry, especially the high-ticket sales industry, and you can perform, you can showcase numbers, close deals, collected cash, then you are going to thrive. You're going to make a lot of money, man.
It's uncapped.
Let me ask you this, bro. You came into the sales industry. You've been in the sales industry for a while, but when you got into high-ticket sales, everyone on the team kind of knows. But you know, let's talk about it. Like, you pretty much landed your first offer. I don't believe it went really well. Tell us more about that. What happened there?
Yeah. So when I first got into high-ticket sales, so just typical, go buy a course, learn about it. And it was actually pretty fast where I landed my first role, but I didn't have much experience back then. My background was just, running a marketing agency, a couple of businesses before. I already had a bit of background, but not specifically in remote sales and just that experience in closing deals online, so to speak. My first experience in my first role was actually pretty well, in the sense where not quite in terms of money, but in terms of experience, because I learned a lot of different stuff in terms of systems, operations, how to manage a team, interviewing, going through the interview process. I didn't make money the first month. I made $1,500. Some people that's a good amount of money, but for me, in comparison to how much I wanted to make in that industry, was nothing, and it didn't really go that well. That's where I shifted to.
Why didn't you give up though?
Why I didn't give up? Because I learned something very, very quickly in my journey in the last 5 to 6 years of being an entrepreneur or trying different things to make money, is that when you try something and it doesn't work, you're just in that shiny object syndrome cycle. And when you don't have a strong reason why to master a certain skill and stay long enough in the game, you're always going to be in that cycle and you're always going to quit and fail. And to be honest, fail is not in my dictionary. Quitting is not in my dictionary. I can't have that. And I realized fast enough that for me to be able to be competent in an industry or get paid I need to become skillful enough. I need to become valuable enough. You're paid to the comparison of value that you can actually bring to somebody. So I've learned that it's just a matter of time and consistency that I need to put in before I see the results. And I did. 1 month in, another offer, I came in, I didn't get paid nothing, $500 the first month. 2 closers quit. But I was like, okay, let me stick. Let me actually help this company grow. Literally, the second month coming in, the lead flows started going in. I was the only closer. I was taking 13 calls a day. I was closing about 3, 4, 5, 6 deals a day.
Allah barik.
Alhamdulillah. Then after that, 2 weeks later, $18,000 in commissions.
Commissions, bro. Commissions. Collected cash. And this is one thing I want to say to people is like, how long would you really have to, what are you going to have to go through to make 18K in a normal job? Like collected cash. You know when you make, you know, $3,000, $4,000 a month and you can save 500 and you have to wait for like 2 years to save that. But then you can go into an industry and you can actually make that in 2 weeks. It's crazy, bro.
And remotely, bro. Wallahi, sometimes, bro, I'll be literally in the car. I'll be literally in the middle of a restaurant closing a deal. I'll be like in front of a football pitch. I'm like, okay, let me just close these before I go and play football. It's crazy, bro. It's mad. I just need a Wi-Fi connection and it's like I'm printing money. Now, I know I'm making it sound so easy, but realistically, that's literally it. Once you have the skill set, of course, and you're placed in a good offer. It's very, very important as well.
So it's pretty much 2 things. You got to get trained, you got to have the skill, and then you got to have the right offer to really start making this kind of money. Yeah. You know, one thing I love about this space, is it transforms the way you look at money. So for example, I said this on one of my Instagram lives one time, and I was saying like, when you look at the way an average person would think, and they see something they really like, oh, I want to buy this thing, how much is it? It's $5,000. Okay, so in their head, they're thinking, I have to work extra hours in my job, save up a little bit here, tighten down my money over here, maybe in 6 months I can actually afford that. And they play the long game. When it comes to the industry of high-ticket sales, I can look at something and say, that's 5K. I just need to close 5 deals on 1,000 commission and I'm going to get that. Okay, so I know what to do. I need to go close 5 deals. That's it. So the mindset, the perception of money changes when you're inside the
You're not thinking of an employee mindset because it drains you thinking of paycheck. Okay, so whatever I do, I'm going to get paid 2K at the end of the month.
Maybe a small bonus.
Small bonus.
Let me share this with you, by the way. I was on a call today, a coaching call.
Yeah.
And one of the guys in the team, I'm not going to mention his name, one of the guys in the team, he said, Marwan, I brought a £1.6 million deal to my business.
Oh, bet.
The company profited £1 million, bro, was their profit margin, okay? And he's like, the company policy is that me and the entire team have to split the commission divided between us because we're a team. So he's like, I came home with £2,000, bro. Out of a $1.6 million deal, I came home with £2,000 and I felt like I absolutely got screwed over.
That's disgusting.
I said, bro, if you closed a 20K deal, not a 1.6 million, just a 20K deal once, you would get 10% minimum of that deal, which would have been equivalent to what you made out of that deal. How long did it take you to get that 1.6? He was like, bro, took time, patience, bro. And I was like, you could have closed a 20K deal, sometimes even on one Zoom call in 40 minutes, crazy. Bro.
That's to show you that some people have the skill set, like they're actually good salesmen, but they're in the wrong environment, they're in the wrong offer.
Yeah.
And that's a huge thing. Tell me about your journey actually, because I know that you've been in the industry for so long, bro. You've been in traditional business for a couple of years, and you've been in sales for a while. And you made your transition now to the online space. How is that transition?
I am so grateful, alhamdulillah, bro. Alhamdulillah. You know, after being a father, you want to spend more time with the kids. You want to spend more time with the family. You want to be more present. Main thing is presence, bro. And people sometimes they look at presence, they think to themselves, presence means that, you know, I'm there at a certain time. I'm like, no, presence means that you're actually intentionally there. You're actually available with the family. And I've actually seen that a lot more when I came into the online space. Do you get what I'm saying? But the biggest thing that I loved about being, you know, within the online high-ticket sales space is flexibility on my calendar. I can block out times. If I want to take the family out, if I want to go pray in the masjid, whatever I want to do, I can just block out certain parts of my day, go about my day the way I want, still take the calls wherever I want. You know, the other day I was with the family and we were in this beautiful place, man. Beautiful, it was like this forest, right? Yeah. I just went to the cafe, did one of my calls, closed a deal, 35, 40 minutes, came back to the family and I was like, yeah. It's such a great feeling because it's like, I don't have to go to a sales office to be told by Mark that I need to hit this target. I can do on my terms the way I want and still live a comfortable life. But I'll be honest with you, bro. People need to have drive in this space. Like, you gotta have drive, man. When people hear us talking about this, might be like, oh, that sounds like such a magical place. I want to go there. No, akhi. You have to actually go through the process. You have to get the skill set. You have to get the knowledge. You have to get trained. There's training involved. Like, we do so much. How much walking do we do with the team, man?
A lot.
Every single day, 7 days a week, our team are mocking.
Reps.
And that's why these reps are leveling up so much.
By the way, this brings an interesting point. You mentioned drive there. And there's probably a lot of people right now that lack drive, or they don't know what really drives them at the moment. Can you touch on that point? What really drives you? And then maybe give a few tips to the guys that don't have drive, and where can they unlock that drive and find their drive?
100%. Bro, look, the drive comes from the why.
Okay.
The why is the drive. The why pushes the drive. What is the why? I like to explain it like, look, you're in a vehicle. This vehicle is an opportunity. Like for us, for example, Rizq Rise is a vehicle that we have built to help people get from point A to point B. But they're not going to go anywhere unless they have a why. And that why is the engine. It's the engine of the vehicle. If you don't have an engine in the vehicle, you're not going anywhere. It doesn't matter how great the vehicle is. You could be sitting in a Lamborghini with no engine, you're not going anywhere, right? So you need to have a strong why. Now, the why, I like to break it down to 6 different categories. 1, your deen. Right? Why is it you want to get closer to Allah, and how is this opportunity going to do that for you? I like to write down 3 things. 3 things of why is going to get me closer to that, and they have to be very detailed. You can't just say, I want to become a good Muslim. No. Details. For example, I want to be able to pray minimum Fajr and Isha in the masjid. For example, these are the hardest prayers, I want to pray them. So they're very detailed, these goals, okay? On these whys. Number 2 category is family. Why do you want to become successful within this opportunity or this vehicle to provide for your family? What is it? Sometimes people may have, a sick mother that needs medical attention. The bills are not cheap. So that's one of your what? It's detailed, akhi. It's not just like, I want to make my family happy. No, that's not enough. Detail, right? Minimum 3. Number 3 is wealth. What are your financial goals? Don't be afraid to aim high. People, when they say, alhamdulillah for what I have, of course, alhamdulillah for what I have. Whether I have it or I don't, or I lose it or I have it, it doesn't matter. Alhamdulillah every time. But you need to be aiming for things in your life. If there's no aim, and I said this to one of the guys in the gym earlier on, I was like, bro, what's your financial goal? And he said, just get out of my job. That's not enough, bro. That's not going to drive you, bro. There needs to be a focal point or a focus point that you're like, I need to get there in this time frame so that I'm disciplined to work and get there on the specific time that I'm looking for, right? So that's number 3. Number 4 is health. And people think health is just like physique, strong. No, mental health is so important, bro. Do you know how many guys I know that go to 9 to 5s, they come up, they're stressed, bro. So if your why is that you want to have a better mental state, then you write that down. I have guys, I was on a call with a guy today, and he chefs, right? He works as a chef, and he's like, bro, my back is breaking, bro. I have an 8-month-old baby, and I'm not even able to play with this guy because my back is gone. And it's like, that's your health, Habibi. Look after your health.
Health is your wealth, bro.
Yeah, so write these things down. So that's number 4. Number 5 is education. I believe if somebody thinks that they've got to the pinnacle and they don't have to learn anything, they're ignorant. They're egotistic and they're ignorant. Always be a student, bro.
You know what? That's actually crazy that you say it.
The last thing, though, I just let me cover the last thing. The last thing is impact. Actually, there needs to be impact inside your why. And when I say impact, I'm not talking about you and your family. I'm talking about something that has nothing to do with you right now. For example, I want to be responsible for 5 orphans every single month. I want to pay to look after them, their education, their clothing, their food. How much is it for one orphan? It's $50. I'm looking after 5. $250, that's on me.
Giving back, yeah.
Giving back. You have to have that sense of giving back. That's just one example. You could be like, you can see your local masjid and figure out, okay, you know what? We need to change the wudu area. It's been 25 years. How much is it going to cost? 25K? Okay, that's one of my whys. I need to work hard so that I can do something that has impact towards the wider community. And if people write down these 6 categories and 3 in each, I promise you they're going to level up with their drive. They have to, because now it's clear. Now there's a plan. Do you get what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah. Something that you mentioned earlier in terms of education and reaching your pinnacle, something that one hiring manager or hiring a person asked me a question, or asked a group that was there, and I was there trying to get that role, and he asked a question, and so it was specifically to that offer. And he was like, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being that you're not confident in this industry and you don't know the offer, you don't know the specifics of that industry, or 10, like you know everything about it, you feel confident about this offer and the technicality of it and all that. Where are you? And he tested all the guys. Most of the guys were like egotistical. oh yeah, I'm a 10. I'm a 10. Like, I know this by heart. Some of the guys were like 2, and the guys that say 2, obviously they filter out.
Yeah.
At the end of the call, or on the second call, I said around a 7.5 to an 8. Okay. On the second call that I had with the interviewer, and I was like, "What'd you ask that question, by the way? And how did I do?" He's like, "All the guys that said 2 or 3, obviously they're not experienced in the industry. We got rid of them. All the guys that said 10, he goes, okay, so you're a 10, so you know everything. There's no way you can improve. Okay, you're not coachable. Bye bye. You're not coachable, so you're a 10. You know
We
everything.
can't work with you, simple.
Can't work with you. But for the guys that said 6, 7, so they know something, but
They're hungry to learn.
yeah, and then he asked, okay, why did you say 7 or 7.5 or 8? Oh, it's always room for improvement. Yes, I feel like I know this industry, but I feel like I can always level up.
Yeah.
Got it. Awesome. Come in.
We can work with you, 100%.
It's huge. Coachability is a very, very important thing, and this is something that you preach a lot about coachability inside Rizq Rise as well. And a lot of guys, I've noticed a lot with different guys that come into Rizq Rise or want to join Rizq Rise. There's the guys that come in, they're very, very coachable. They dive into the information, they apply it right away, and they see results. And then there's the guys that come in, they hear the information, but they don't really take action on it, or they don't really proceed how they should be. What would you say to these guys that come in, they say they're coachable, but truly we know that that's not the case?
Bro, coachability stands on action, not talk. These guys that talk and say, I'm coachable, I want to work on. Okay, great. Did you do this? No, I didn't. How are you coachable? Actions. We went on the retreat. Remember the Rizq Rise retreat we did in Morocco? I asked the guys to do a specific task, a simple task. 2 weeks later, I jumped on a call and I asked these guys, did you do that task? And the majority of them said no. I said, I can't work with you guys. I genuinely cannot work with you guys. You're not coachable, bro. You are not coachable to simple tasks. What makes you think you can take on big things, right? For those guys who are basically in their own minds thinking that I am a great candidate or I'm coachable, or just pretty much look at yourself, judge yourself on your action. Are you taking action on the things that you're learning? If you're not coachable. You have to become coachable. In any industry, bro, in any industry. If I went into real estate, okay? I haven't done real estate as an agent before. But wallahi, bro, if I step into that industry, I know for a fact I will sell. I will sell properties, bro. But the first thing I'll do for the first month is I'll be as coachable as possible to the best guys in there. Yeah. I will quickly scan who are the guys that are bringing in cash. Not just cash as in like they just collect their money, but the guys that actually know their stuff. Yeah. I'll be their best friends, bro. I'll be their best friends. I'll have coffee with them, take them out for dinner, so on and so forth, and I'll build a genuine relationship with them. Yeah. Something that I want to touch on, bro, is networking. Like, people need to understand the power of what networking can do for you, the amount of opportunities that open up, because people remember you through the experience that they had, right? So the coachability thing, go back to the coachability thing, if you're not coachable to learn, you're going to be in a loophole for a long time. And the reality is you're going to hit a brick wall. Yeah. Sooner or later, you're going to hit a brick wall. And you're either going to blame yourself and be a man about it and say, nope, that's on me. Yeah. Or you're going to blame everything else. The offer, the coaches, the program, the this, the that, everything but you. And we teach, I did training the guys the other day. I said to them, look, when you point a finger at someone, just remember you got 3 pointing back at you. Did you blame yourself 3 times first? At least 3 times. At least 3. Did I really do the work? Was I consistent? Yeah. Was I disciplined? Simple 3 things. If it's a no, then reality is you're to blame, bro.
You know, you mentioned something in the retreat, and I took this, and I want to ask you about it now again. The relationship between a mentor and a mentee.
Oh, okay. This one, bro.
So, a lot of guys always think, and this is something you mentioned, people or the mentee always thinks that it's natural for them to just take from the mentor. Or when they go to seek guidance or seek help, it's always, what can you give me? What can you give me? What can you give me? Then you said, you guys never taught of like, what can you provide the mentor? What value can you bring the mentor for them to perceive you as somebody that has value for them to take you under their wing? Because realistically, a mentor or somebody that is actually doing well, what motivates them to take you under your wing? Why you? There's like 100 guys or 1,000 guys that come and say, coach me. Why you? I want you to touch a little bit more now, elaborate a little bit more on the relationship between a mentee and a mentor.
Bro, I learned this when I was in digital marketing a couple of years ago. Okay. I learned a lot of skills there, right? And I remember I wanted to work with these 2 coaches. These guys were making around $750 to $800,000 a month, bro. Right, clearing 6 figures a week, bro. And these guys had massive organizations, and I was like, how am I gonna work with these guys? Like, these guys have pools of people that they're working with. Like, how am I gonna stand out? And I did exactly that. I remember, I made it my target to say I need to get close to these two guys. And when I got close to them, and I was able to interact with them, I simply said, "Where can I provide value for you?" And he just looked at me strangely, like, "What the hell are you gonna do for me?"
Yeah.
I'm making $800,000 a month in business. I'm doing extremely well. What can you provide for me?
Yeah.
But it wasn't even that I could provide something. It was that I was intentionally willing to put myself in a position to help them understand that I'm serious and I'm coachable, right? The mentee mentorship relationship, a lot of people just see the mentor and like take his knowledge, take his skill, take whatever you can. Pay so little. People pay so little for mentorship, and it's crazy. It blows my mind that people are willing to pay like $50, $100, and they expect a 6-figure mentorship, return. And I'm like, Akhi, be realistic. Be realistic. When you pay attention. The higher you pay, the more you pay attention, the more you're gonna get, the more you're gonna do, right? It's a simple formula. But in reality, when a mentee comes to place, and I'll mention somebody, we have one of the guys in the team, Abdul Hakim, right, who's in the Rizq Rise, who has this mentality. Like, he's come to me multiple times, come to you, and he's just like, boys, where can I provide value? I'm good at this, I'm good at this.
That's huge.
And he makes me feel like, bro, I want to put on your plate right now. I want you to eat. I genuinely want you to eat. Of course, I want everyone to eat, but you show me that you're serious. You show me that you're coachable. You have good attitude. You're disciplined. You're coachable. Like, if I told you to go right, you don't ask me why. You just do it. And you realize that I genuinely want the best for you through this. And that's the relationship, right? So for those who are looking for a mentor, think about this clearly. Like, what are you providing for them, or what are you willing to do for them to help them understand that you're serious? And then when you do have that relationship, how coachable are you to apply quickly to showcase that you're a great student? Because here's the thing, bro. What people don't understand is everyone wants to become a mentor or a leader somewhere, somehow, right? If you're a good mentee, eventually you're going to learn leadership skills through your relationship with this mentor, and one day you're going to be a mentor yourself. The roles will reverse, and somebody else will, require your mentorship. So the sooner you learn this, the better. The sooner you learn this, the better, wallahi. But let's go into some sales questions, Ayub, right? I don't want to take too long on this episode right here, but I want to drop some questions that the team actually mentioned.
Sure, yeah.
So somebody asked, how different is B2B closing and B2C closing? What are the main things that closers should keep in mind when it comes to these two types of...
Okay, so for the guys that don't know what B2B and B2C, B2C is business to customer, B2B is business to business. Now, the biggest differences between a B2C sale and a B2B sale, B2C sale or business to customer is more of an emotional sale, okay? Guys that sometimes don't know what they want, guys that may have ambitious dreams, but they're not sure how to get there, so on and so forth. So it's more of an emotional sale, more of a push, okay?
Individuals as well, it's really individuals.
Exactly. With B2B, especially if you're dealing with like the high-end business, not just guys that just started off, okay? You're dealing with actual businesses that doing 100, 200, 300, 400 mil, 2 mil a month, so on and so forth. You're going to be dealing with more of an analytical person, a sharp person that knows business, understands. So you're going to have to be more sharper and understand the industry and lingues and terms, and every little thing, especially if the person is sharp on the call, is going to be noted, all right? So the biggest difference between B2C and B2B is that the B2C buyer is more of an emotional buyer. It doesn't mean that the B2B buyer can't be an emotional buyer, but most likely they're going to be an analytical buyer. So you have to know your stuff and showcase your ability in your knowledge about the product and how you can actually go ahead and close a deal, or show them how your product or service can solve their problem or issue, so to speak.
100%.
Awesome, brilliant. One thing I actually wanted to bring in once you go to the next question.
Yeah.
Something I actually see in one of the guys that I look up to in terms of mentorship is the cost factor, the cost versus investment factor.
Yeah.
A poor person that has a poor mindset, if you give them a bag, right, and you say, hey, this is $1,000, they're like, oh no, I'm not buying it, because they think, they think of the cost, okay? They think of the cost of the bag. But if you bring this bag to a rich person, a person that has a rich mindset, they'll ask, okay, what's inside? What's inside for me? What's inside the bag? Now, this is huge because it shows you that the rich person's mindset thinks about what they're actually going to get in return to the money they actually will get. Instead of, okay, this is going to cost me X amount. Instead, they're thinking of like, okay, if I spend 10K with you, what value can I get in return? And this is a huge mindset shift that I've learned 4 years ago, and now any opportunity that goes my way, especially in mentorship or whatever it is, I look at it not as a cost factor, I look at it as an investment factor. What can I get in return to the value that the person is going to give me? Because I know if I spend 10K and that information is so valuable, I can actually 3x, 4x the amount of income that I'm making currently, and this is huge.
Let me hold you off on that. There's a very interesting question that I just said that goes exactly what you're saying there.
All right.
So one of the brothers asked, tell us about the dark side of sales, manipulation, etc., and your experience of that side of the industry and what people should be careful of when joining the industry so they don't fall into it, and how to have a positive impact in sales instead. So that exact example you gave of investing 10K ROI, there are some platforms out there. We know, we've been down that route. We spent money in places that we thought there was an ROI. We really got, done over. The manipulation, emotional. It's just an emotional game for some people. But what can people actually start to learn to look out for when it comes to these kind of platforms and how they just want to grab you in?
The direct truth about sales is that, yes, people lie, and salespeople lie. So the biggest thing that I've learned when I got into sales is that they teach you to lie.
From day one, from first training, you gotta lie to make money. That's it.
Now that's not every single trainer.
The typical office, bro. And trust me, I've been in sales offices.
100%.
Hence why I didn't last in there, and I was like, I gotta go. The typical sales office, some of them are great. I've worked in some sales offices. They're great. They're ethical. They're really, really, credible. But a lot of them do say bend the rules where you can't. Just get the deal across.
Gets the deal across.
Yeah.
That's not what we work. Especially as a Muslim, that doesn't work with us.
It's not acceptable.
Especially because most sales trainers, they teach you certain tactics that I feel like don't align with me. And to be honest, when I don't use them, I still get the same results, sometimes even better.
Yeah.
Especially when you give like fake scarcity discounts. Oh, if you don't join today, it's going to be $1,000, whatever it is. Okay, if you join tomorrow, it's going to be X amount. Or we only have 10 people in our program and you can't join after tomorrow. Fake scarcity, different tactics of trying to sell people or persuade people or trying to manipulate them into a sale. Doing everything that you can. Now, even when you know the prospect doesn't need your product or service, you still push the product or service, which I feel is wrong, especially from an ethical standpoint. Something that I've learned, especially because I'm heavily morally driven, and the reason why I actually started Rizq Rise is because I've seen a gap in the industry where it's a huge gap of salespeople are gone a different route of being ethical anymore. Nobody's really ethical. Nobody's really caring about the prospect. So I want to build a hub for salespeople that want to be ethical, they want to feel good about making their money. So when you jump on a call with a prospect and you feel like you can't help them, just tell them off the bat, bro, sir, I don't think this is the right fit for you. And be confident enough and have that abundance mindset that even if this person doesn't close, you're going to have another person that's going to close for you that actually needs your product or service. When you have the abundance mindset, it will get you in that winning streak, in that winning mindset, because you're not attached to the sale.
Do you know what's crazy about that, Ayub?
Yeah.
Do you know how many times I've personally been in a situation where I did exactly that? Look, we can't help you. And you know that we've done this when you first started Rizq Rise. What do they do, bro? Because it was so ethical, they know we can't help them, but when they go back and they sit with their networks, they're like, oh, you guys need sales systems or processes or sales trainings or whatever. Oh, we know the guys.
They refer. They're referring people to our way.
Exactly. And it's such a genuine referral where that person comes on, it's like,
100%.
we were on a call this morning, right, with the Dubai company, and that was through a referral because he did such a good job that referral came through us, and then we were on the call with him. So it works so well, man.
100%. Most of my deals that I close, especially in high ticket that cost 20, 30K deals, where I happen with a prospect that I feel like I can't help, and I tell them off the bat, they come back 3-4 months later trying to book a call with me like, oh, can you help me right now? I'm making this amount of money now. Or they refer somebody else that they can actually help, which is crazy because now they feel like you actually care. And a big positive thing that you know that you're doing a good job and you're ethical and you actually care about the prospect when you're getting emails after your call saying, oh, I really enjoyed your call. I feel like you actually genuinely wanted to help me, or here's a referral, or thank you. You actually genuine messages that you actually truly care about the prospect. And you can only do that when you're trained the proper way, right? With proper ethical and proper ethical morals, so to speak. This is the reason why we built Rizq Rise, to actually teach people how to sell ethically, how to ask skilled questions that you can just know the prospect's pain, where they're currently at, where they're trying to go.
And direct them to a solution.
Direct them to a solution without needing to use stupid sales tactics that don't work in this day and age, and just trying to push any sale forward and trying to make your money the easy way. But guess what? It won't take you far.
And Allahu A'lam if that money is even halal if you're doing it like that, bro, to be honest. But look, guys, we dropped some gems on you guys today. We don't want these to be long episodes. We just want to drop some facts on you guys, some experience, some lessons that we've learned. And inshallah ta'ala, we'll see you guys at the next one. Before I let you go, check out Rizq Rise on school, rizqrise.com. You guys will learn more about us, the testimonials we have, how we've helped so many different brothers. Alhamdulillah wa shukrullah.
Yep.
We're very grateful to be able to do this. But we can help you, right? If you're looking to upskill, if you're looking to develop yourself, and sometimes you don't think that you can develop, but when you get on a call with us, you realize there's some gaps that you can definitely work on.
Sure.
And if you're a business owner that requires some sales coaching for your team, then definitely get in touch as well. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Assalamu alaikum.